Hi there, in this example you will learn how to create a grid. In this grid you will create a numeric keypad based on an existing example. To be able to do this, you need to download the wireframing application from GitHub. The application is found inside the betas folder. Download and unzip this file. After the extraction you will start the application, which will activate your browser. This will start a command prompt of the built-in web server. You need to leave this running for the duration of the process. Now that you are ready, click Sign In to activate the designer. Here you will create a new project. This will have a new page and it's inside this page that you will add components. Now that you have created a project, you can create multiple pages to the project. We will add a single page where we will design our numeric keypad in. We will give this page a name and a title to make it unique. We will also set the padding of this page to be 0. We do that by just making it a question mark like the others. In our example, we have a grid with 5 rows and 3 columns. We will now create these rows and columns using the designer. Each column in the row takes 4 spaces to make all 3 columns equal 12. We select the parent component, being the page, and then we add a row to it. We then set the properties of the row and save it. As we want to create multiple rows, we will just copy and paste this row to another one. Let's do this. What we did now was just draw a fictitious border around our row so that we see where it sits in our page. When copying a component, you first select it, click Copy. Then select the parent component you want to paste it on, and then click Paste. You then click Save to ensure your updates are persisted. We have now created 5 rows using copy and paste methodology. We will now create 3 columns per each of the rows by following the same method. We will select a row, then add a column to it, and then make some adjustments to that column. When we are satisfied that the column is designed the way we want, we will then copy and paste it to create other columns. It seems like we have a bug for the column that spans 4 spaces. Let's use another column variant. We will adjust the column size to be 4 and also apply this to all the device sizes. We will all center the child components inside this column. Let's now create other 2 columns on this row. We will copy the existing row and paste it. Clicking Save will ensure that our column definition is saved. We have now created all 3 rows. Let's border them to see where they are placed. Now it's time to add our buttons to the columns, as per our existing example. We start by selecting our column, and then we add a button to it. We will give our buttons names. These names will correspond to their numbers. We then change the captions of the buttons to meet those numbers. We also want to change the text color in the button. We will use a hex white color for that. We will also apply a width and height class to the button to make it bigger. Let's play around with the settings. We find the hex color for white, and then apply it. We then apply a width and height of 56 pixels on the button. As we are finished with this button, we can then copy and paste it to create each of the buttons we need. For each button we will just change the name and caption, and then place it in the right location in the grid. We have created 2 extra buttons. Now let's drag and drop them in the right columns of the row. This now completes our first row. We will now copy and paste the columns we created to new rows, followed by copying and pasting the buttons, to finalize our designs. With the second row, we first created the buttons through copy and paste, then created the columns through copy and paste. After that, we drag and drop the buttons to the right locations. We will follow the same process for the other columns and buttons. Let's go on. The next button we have to add has an icon. We will use Font Awesome for this icon. We will also make our button type to be button icon. We use the free version of Font Awesome, so we use those icons. We copy and paste our delete icon to the icon property of our button. The next leg will be to create the OK button. The correct version of this button is to set the width to full for the button or block and then apply padding to the cell that hosts it. The size of the column should be 8. By playing around with the properties, we will finally design it to be the way we want. Let's watch how easy setting properties and achieving our final design works. We made the width of the button to be full. We will then apply padding to the parent cell. We have then finalized our numeric keypad. We can download the Abstract Designer Guide, which will help us recreate the same design using the Abstract Designer now. We will explain this in the next video.